this is the second game running now, we've conceded a set play, then everything else goes out of the window. So when you look at the setup of it, when we initially saw it, I was thinking, well, Japan have worked it quite well, but
they're the smallest, they're the smallest side, aren't they?
Well, it's the one thing you're expecting against Japan, not to concede. Clever play from them because they play it in along the deck, and you think, well, it's a good finish, no chance for the goalkeeper. But here you see Glenn Johnson, 2 Japanese attackers, just gets slightly balked, but he's a half a yard off of his man, and the goalkeeper has no chance. Here again, he's looking at the ball, not the man. And for me, that's one of the problems with man-for-man marking from set plays. Capello prefers it, and Benitez gets slaughtered at Liverpool for marking zonally. But to keep your eye on the man and the ball, at some stage you have to take your eye off the man to see where the ball's coming from.
But
that's the weakness of it.
That was not man for man. That was man for 2 man. He started off marking 2 men. That must have been incorrect, surely.
Yeah, well, it's organisational.
Yeah.
You know, whoever the goalkeeper, the rest of the defence, they will all have been designated a man in the change room, and job not done.
See, about 10 minutes after that, you looked at me and said with some feeling, Gareth, these games are absolute misery now, because you're almost reading the newspaper headlines, you're thinking about the half-time team talk, you know, the nerves were radiating around the place.
Well, I thought the whole performance smacked of anxiety, you know, and we've got so many players on trial at the moment, we've got not certain of the final thing. Here we see another set play that is just edgy, it's sort of half cleared. There's a chance coming up here that Rio Ferdinand just gets a nudge, and you're thinking, well, if a better finish there would be 2-0 down. And it's just that general air of people are afraid to make mistakes, and the whole performance for me, it's what we said before the game. Does this team not need to play together more and get in a groove of playing? The more they can play together, the more they get an understanding with each other.
Absolutely. At one stage, at a club game, you'd throw your arms in and say, because they've never played together before. And then, well, they haven't played together before, have they, in this
No, exactly. I mean, we've made 7 changes for Monday, so I don't want to be too critical of the players, because it's very difficult for them to pick that thread up.
Yeah. Huddleston, it's kind of difficult to analyse his performance. He didn't do a lot wrong. When you're in that kind of central holding role, that's about as much as you can ask for.
Yeah, he's kept possession neatly, he's got a good range of passing, hasn't been too involved defensively, so he hasn't had a real test. Darren Bent has had a little bit more of the action, and I think he's had a bit of a mixed bag. The first thing I was looking for was the combination with Rooney, and here you see Bent's flick and Rooney reading it, and when we talked about Rooney's combination with Heskey, that's one of the big things we talk about, so Bent has got that. Rooney, this time, you think it's all Rooney's work and it's a great ball through to Lennon, but when we see the angle again, this happens because Bent, as we've highlighted there, stretches the back 4. If he doesn't do that, there's no space. He stretches the defence. All of a sudden, Rooney's now left that huge space to go and operate in. Has he got the quality to use it? It's all about the timing and the pace of the pass. It's perfect, and unfortunately, Walcott, not on his natural left foot, doesn't make the most of it. And this was from the corner. If Bent's going to cement his place in the side, only a half chance, but gets the header wrong, and they're the things that he's going to have to make sure he finishes. And again, half a chance, keeper comes out well, but what it shows on this run, he does make dangerous runs in behind defences, so he's done okay. Whether it's enough to force his way into the team, I don't know.
Like a drowned rat has made his way from the gantry over there. Okay, well, talk us through the penalty. He said it wasn't a good one. I'm encouraged to see he's unflappable. He's smiling about it. It's not going to.
The first thing to say is we were thinking that it's not going to be our day, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we get this ridiculous handball from Honda. Goodness knows what he's thinking of. So we think, well, get out of jail. 1-1. Frank's reliable. Unfortunately, it's 2-2 that he's missed. But as he said, it's actually a cracking save. He doesn't catch it badly. It's not just quite as far in the corner as he would normally take them. So, there's a decision to be made. I don't see any reason to change it. I think Frank's a very good penalty taker. He's scored 24 or something since his miss in 2006, so that's a phenomenal record, really. Okay, so
he scored 25 out of the 29 he's taken in all competitions since he missed the one in the at the last World Cup. So would you stick with him?
Definitely,
he seems confident.
Definitely, because I think that he's taken enough big time penalties, big game penalties, and scored enough. You keep putting yourself on the spot to take one every now and again. You are gonna miss. He's had a couple of back-to-back ones at the moment. He'll be disappointed with that. If it came to a penalty shootout in a few weeks' time, he would definitely be one of my 5 for England.
Do you think
for
Wayne
sure.
Rooney might have a word to say if you're not interested, Frank? I'll have a little crack for you.
I'm sure he'd be delighted to maybe step up and knock one in, but I think Lampard, and again, I mean, they've got a lot of capable penalty takers. I think it's disappointing. I'm just a little bit surprised at his run-up. He just sort of a little stutter in the run-up there, and it just gives the goalie a little bit of an idea to guess where you're going. Thought we might just run up and fire it in.
It often falls upon Gareth to pick a man of the match, and it's the devil's own job at times, but we know who you would have picked today if you'd given him
funny, a little bit different of opinion, because Andy thought Rooney gave the ball away a lot, and I can see that, but I just thought everything that we created came through him. He looked hungry. He lost his rag for a while. You know, there was a spell where the frustration of the game just got the better of him.
You can't take that out of him.
No, I mean, you see here, just into the beginning of the second half, tracking back. I mean, it's fantastic attitude.
Brilliant.
Have some of that.
Yeah. You know, when he's made that run, he also, not only does he want to get the ball, he wants to hit the fella into row 3 of the stand as well, doesn't
exactly.
it? It's kind of the way he is.
That's where he just has to be careful that things don't boil over. I'm not sure he caught the guy as much, but and then on the ball, a couple of good efforts that he produced. The keeper produced decent saves from. But I just thought he played some lovely diagonal passes. He got into the space. Sometimes when we play 4-4-2, we're in such straight lines, and he's the only one when he drops off that makes some space for himself.
So who do you think Wayne would like playing up front with him?
I personally think he would rather go with a Joe Cole or a Gerrard or someone like that in and around him. I really do. I think he looked a bit better at the start of the second half when he was linking with those guys.
Okay, let's just go back down to Gabriel. He's got the manager with him. Gabriel.
Fabio, another win, another good second half. Why the change again in the second half? Why was it better?
Yes, because I think
when we're saying we think everything's going against us, then we get to own goals to bail us out. Aaron Lennon had a lovely bit of footwork in the lead up to this, and I mean, what we do for both the goals, we whip crosses in with pace.
Yeah. And
you just see the centre back come flying across, and nothing that the goalkeeper can do about it. So it's a bit of fortune, gets us back into the game. And then the same thing on the other side. Ashley Cole prepared to push forward, does put some pace on, but it's deflection and another deflection actually as it comes in.
Yeah. Again, dangerous balls on a very fast surface into the right area. Not necessarily looking for anybody, just putting it into a zone which is going to give them maximum problems, and that's exactly what's happened. So, yeah, good ball and unfortunate defending.
You can only imagine how they're feeling if they're not sure of